We are talking about the 3 things that you need to do before we end the year, in my opinion, to ultimately crush it in the new year. We're going to be diving into this episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast.
Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model/actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality.
I'm talking about reflecting, refocusing, and recharging, the key 3 things and how to do each of them. What's up, y'all? My name is Cary and I am the Happy Hustler, lifestyle entrepreneur, and I can say USA Today national best-selling author of the Happy Hustle version 2.0, 10 alignments to avoid burnout and achieve blissful balance, and also globally ranked podcast host. But besides all that, what I am is someone who wants to end the year with intentionality and someone who wants to crush it come Q1 of 2025. And so if you're like me, here are the things that I'm doing to end my year with intentionality, with proper assimilation of the events and knowledge that I have acquired and experienced throughout 2024, and how I can kickstart the new year right. So let's dive in. Okay, number 1, the power of reflection. So first and foremost, we want to reflect on what went right and what went wrong in 2024 so we can then learn from it in 2025. So I got some questions that I want you to ask yourself. Number 1, what was the best thing that happened to me personally and professionally? So this was what went right. You got to break it down into those 2 different categories, personally and professionally, okay? Number 2 question, what was the biggest challenge that I experienced personally and professionally of 2024, okay? So we got the thing that went the absolute most right in 2024, personally and professionally, and then the biggest challenge that I faced personally and professionally. Okay. Now we can go so much deeper. We could journal each month out to a T. We could break down each week, but just to keep it big picture, just do those 2 questions answered fully. Technically, it's 4 questions. What was the number 1 thing that went right for my personal life? Number 1 thing that went right for my business, my professional life, and then the biggest challenge that I faced, personal life, and biggest challenge, professional life. Okay, so that's for the reflection piece to the puzzle. Definitely, you need to have that very clear so then you can learn from it, iterate, and evolve as a happy hustler. We're out here systematically harmonizing ambition and well-being. So that's why we're focused on these 2 different sides, this yin and yang, will you? That's why I wear a yin-yang on my neck to remind myself of the balance, this duality. Okay, so now we're getting into moving forward for the new year, which is refocusing, right? So I want to talk about how you can align your goals in 2025. How can you learn from what went right and wrong in 2024 to ultimately crush it in the new year? And really, it starts with getting crystal clarity. Again, number 1 goal for your personal life in 2025. If you achieve nothing else with your personal life, what is it? Is it to get married? Is it to have a child? Is it to get your health, lose 20 pounds? Whatever it is, get clear on that number 1 goal. And then, similarly, what is the number 1 goal professionally for 2025? I want to just keep it so freaking crystal clear that if you can accomplish nothing else professionally, maybe it's to write your first book, to launch your freaking podcast and get 50 episodes done, to, make $1 million, whatever it is, right? We need to get clarity. And that is why I just keep it very simple. Number 1 personal, number 1 professional goal. Now, I want to talk about recharging. This is where a lot of entrepreneurs and high performers, they go awry. They just, go from one to the next. 1 year ending it as strong as possible might mean you're working throughout Christmas break and the holidays, and you're not really taking time to recharge your battery, your gratitude for that as well. You're probably not, really taking time for yourself if you're just going from one year to the next and not taking that time to recharge. So for me, simple ways to recover. And what I'm doing is I'm actually going to South America with the family, completely digitally detoxing, getting super focused on being 100% present with my family and just enjoying the beach down in Uruguay, where my wife is from. And I'm looking forward to just disconnecting, spending 2 weeks there, essentially hanging out and recharging. So that way I can kickstart 2025 with a bang, with a full battery. And I recommend the same for you. If you can get away from your home environment, your office, your work, even if you're just driving somewhere with your loved ones, and take some time to recharge, because that is absolutely imperative if you want to crush it in the new year. Also, some self-care routines that I would recommend is, continue to work out, eat healthy, hyperhydrate, maybe do some blood work end of the year so you know where you're at with your health. Focus on optimizing your sleep, some of the things that you can do in that department. But there's a lot that can be done with your self-care rituals to make sure that you are ready to slay it in the new year. And that's what the goal is, to happy hustle, again, both personally and professionally. So that is how I'm ending the year. Obviously, this is a high level overview, but mainly I wanted to just talk about, okay, here's how you can actually reflect, recharge, and refocus in 2024, wrapping it up in true happy hustling fashion. So if you get some value from this, my one ask, as always, is just share this with somebody who could also benefit. That's how we spread this message with more and more people and ultimately stay, again, in the top 0.5% globally ranked shows out there and continue to grow our YouTube channel. So if you haven't, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, help a brother out. But really, I just want you to crush it in 2025, make it the best year ever. And this is how I do it, these key 3 things, again, and really ask myself those questions and then taking the time away to get that battery fully ready to slay it in the new year. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you got some value from this segment, and truly get out there and happy hustle, an amazing end to the year, and ultimately systematically harmonize that ambition and that well-being. That's it, y'all. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out.